Good morning, everybody. This is Richard Ramersa, owner-operator of East Rosebud Fly Shop, coming to you not live from East Rosebud Studios in Billings, Montana. As always, I'm joined by my esteemed co-host, Brandon Booty.
What's up, everyone? What up?
Have we been away for a while? No, we did something last week, didn't we?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been away for a little
Columbia.
bit.
The Columbia Sobering Up in
podcast.
Columbia.
Yep.
I never even talked about sobering up in Columbia. I talked about a lot of shit, but I didn't talk about my sobriety.
You didn't? I don't think you mentioned it on there.
I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I think that's even too tawdry for my ass. I mean, it is. I mean, that's fucking personal as fuck. So, but anyway, we actually bumped viewership on that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh fuck, we went from like I think it was 9 to like 13. We're back up to 13, which is double digits, baby.
Yeah, that's nice. I'll take double digits. It's a win.
Well, we did 4 episodes, and 4 episodes is what? It's about 4 episodes too many. Right? I mean, fuck it. And I think people enjoyed listening to my misery. Right?
I think it was interesting. Yeah.
I think it was interesting. Oh, it was fucking interesting. Yeah. All right. Interesting all day. What else is going on? You're getting ready to start your guide season. It's mid-April in beautiful Montana.
Mid-April, yeah. Been going up there doing some practicing, getting ready for the season.
So you do that. It's kind of like your camp, right? Your pre-season camp.
Yeah. You can call it that. Yeah.
You dialing in up there, finding out which one of those fucking eggs works. I'm joking.
What color egg works?
I'm joking. Well, there probably is some egg business, isn't there, in the spring there? I mean, you do got that rainbow spawn over the next 60 days, right?
Yeah. When the rainbows are spawning, there's people throwing eggs. Yeah.
But they're not even throwing eggs, are they? They're throwing beads.
Yeah, some are. Yeah.
Well, you don't think most now?
I don't think most are, but there's definitely some.
Really? You don't think that most guides on the horn, and this isn't what we're talking about today, but you don't think that most guys on the horn are now bead fishermen when it comes to their clients? You're telling me there's still some motherfuckers out there that put on a glow bug?
I think if they are, they're hiding it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I tell you what, again, not to get too far off the subject, but, I'm not a bead guy. I mean, I'm the guy that made beads are for pussy sticker, but let's face it, those fuckers work.
They do work.
They work better than anything.
Yeah, they work great.
Magic.
Yeah, and I was surprised how many people were coming to the shop this winter.
Oh, fuck.
Looking for beads.
Looking for beads.
To go out there and just rate the browns.
Motherfucker, this is a fly shop. This isn't a bead shop.
There was a lot showing
Try
up.
Fucking Hobby Lobby for your beads. I mean, seriously. Anyway. Okay, so what we're doing here today is we got a vendor spotlight. We got a vendor spotlight. We're going to talk about a key vendor at East Rosebud Fly Shop, and we're going to talk about a vendor that gets a reaction no matter who you are.
Yeah, they're hard.
Right?
They're hard to miss when you see them.
That's right. We're talking about Abel products here. We're talking about Abel Reels. They make some tools. If you don't know who Abel is, then you haven't walked by a nice reel case at East Rosebud Fly Shop, because the truth is I got fucking way too many of these things. I mean, I got way too fucking many of these. My inventory in Abel is just ridiculous, and I keep fucking buying them.
Yeah, well,
I don't fish them.
You have them when someone's looking for one, though, because they are limited.
They're able, just to kind of start out. I've been in business for I think this is my 17th summer, and I've had Abel the entire time, which is interesting because you look at my history, East Rosebud's history, and the number of vendors that I've had. Literally the day I opened my store, and I was limited, as I've spoken about before, with what I could get. I've had fucking Abel since I opened. Yeah. I mean, I'm a long-running Abel guy. I don't fish Abel because I'm a Galvin guy. And when it comes to equipment, myself personally, I stick with that shit. That's right. Yeah, I need to. I stick with that shit. Just like I don't want to say it. I was going to say something bad, but I'm not gonna. But I wanted to bring up Abel because Abel is such a unique vendor in my store. There's nothing that garners more comments, more wow, more ooh than a case full of Abels.
Yeah, it's eye candy.
I mean, it's way eye candy, and it's also it's shop image inventory. I mean, you want to give somebody something beautiful, come by and take a look at some of our Abel cases. I mean, Holy fuck, I got a goddamn, I got a house inside of a fucking stock room with Abel product. I mean, as far as value, don't think I'm shitting you.
There. Yeah,
a lot of money.
I believe it.
A lot of money. And I don't know why I keep doing it, because I don't get the turns with Abel that I do other reel companies whatsoever. But it was kind of like you just said. It's like when you have it and they're looking for it, they're going to buy it.
Yeah, because each one's limited to a degree, right, as far as the patterns go?
Well, I'll give you just a quick example of how Abel business goes. And I'm easily able to admit that I sell more Abels online than I will ever sell anybody walking into my shop in Billings, Montana.
Bigger audience.
Bigger audience, and also, I'm not on fucking Rodeo Drive.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not. Sense, yeah. I'm in Billings, Montana. And Billings, Montana is a bread and butter, blue collar working dudes town. We got refineries here. We've got good business here. I mean, we're a good solid economic base. But Billings isn't a town where these motherfuckers are flying in on their private jets like in Bozeman.
Yeah, it's not a Bozeman. That's what I was gonna say.
No, and we're only 2 hours away from Bozeman, and I mean we're just not the same town. And Billings is now getting that explosion of growth in it, just like a lot of communities in Montana have gotten. And that's because these folks out of state who want to come to the Big Sky Country, watching that fucking show Yellowstone. I've never even seen it. I mean, I that's got Costner in it, right?
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Oh, fuck. I mean, that dude just makes pussies wet. I mean, there you go. There's one for somebody to hate me on. But people love Montana, and Billings is finally getting some due, because Billings it's expensive now, but Billings is getting some, you can come here and not spend $1 million for a nice house still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think you can fucking do that in Bozeman. I mean, I think Bozeman is like, Jesus, fucking condo costs you $1 million.
Yeah, I just seen a thing pop up, average home price in Bozeman. It's more than Washington now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what the deal is. I actually went to high school outside of Bozeman, and when I was there, Bozeman was all fucking agriculture. So, Billings is a great city, and it's a good place to have a business and a fly shop. But again, when it comes to Abel products here in my store, I sell them, but I don't sell them like I do online. And so with Abel, when I first opened up and I first had Abel was maybe slightly on the downside. A lot of brands were popping up back in the early 2000s, and Abel kind of, in my opinion, got caught being a little bit too old and being a little bit too heavy. The trend became light, and Abel was a little bit behind that. Plus, the explosion of product, of gear in our sport is so fucking ridiculous now.
Yeah.
I get these fucking people, coming in, hey, hi, I bought this reel and line online, and I was wondering if you could put back in and get the line on it for me. And I'm like, fuck, of course I'm sure. What the fuck is this reel? I've never heard of this fucking reel. I've never seen this reel. Where is this reel from? That's how many reels are in the marketplace now.
Yeah, and as a fly shop owner, it's like,
whatever. Yeah, I'll put the fucking backing on it for you.
It's like you're the person that would know. You know what I mean?
I would to a degree, but I'm not a gear guy.
Yeah,
I'm not a gear guy. What I'm about to talk about doesn't really necessarily resonate with me. Doesn't mean I don't respect it. Doesn't mean I don't get it. But I'll start off with my best Abel story. Okay, I was in my old shop up the street. This is about 10 years ago. And I'm working on the 4th of July. And this gal comes in, still comes in occasionally, smoking hot. Nice lady, really just beautiful, wants to get into the sport. Hey, I want to get my own rod, reel, and line set up. And I'm like, well, you can get a beginner's kit. She's like, no, I want something better than that. And I'm like, okay, talk to me. So the first thing is I walk over and I sell her a good sage, about $500 sage. And clearly this gal wants to get something decent to start fly fishing.
Yeah.
And then we get over to the reel case. And within just a short period of time, she's pointing up at one of these DeYoung Abels that I've got in the case. And, here I am, like a moron, selling down to this dame. I'm like, oh, fuck, you don't need that. I mean, this is back in the day when this fucking DeYoung custom paint Abel was like fucking $600. I mean, that's like fucking... Jesus Christ. I mean, that's like you can't even fucking imagine that now, right?
Yeah.
But it was like $600. And she's like, well, I'm like, well, that's an Abel. It's a good reel, but that paint job, you're going to pay for that. And just starting out, you don't need to spend that kind of money on your beginning reel. I would take a look at this, this, and this. And she's listening to me. She's paying attention. And then after this like 5-minute spiel on why you don't need a reel compared to a good rod, and she's already made that decision, and let's get a good fly line on this reel for you. That's what matters starting out. She fucking looks at me and says, I'll take the Abel. Fuck. I mean, I just completely and entirely didn't sell that ride. I didn't listen to her. The second she was pointing at that Abel, I said, you got a good eye, lady. I mean, that's what I should have said, because that's what Abel does with people.
Yeah.
Abel draws people's attention. Abel gives me, at my reel case, a fucking ton of credibility. Doesn't that sound weird?
No, I mean,
yeah.
I see it. You know what I mean? It makes people look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man, it makes them look more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really fucking into it. And so anyway, I took care of this gal and got her on her way. But that was really my lesson in selling Abel, because I kind of came from the standpoint of I've been fishing for quite a while, and I would never fucking do that. I mean, I'm not some dude that's had a bunch of money in life, but I just, I don't see that type of value, right? Plus, I mean, you ever held an Abel? You ever looked at these motherfuckers up close?
Yeah, I mean,
let's face it. What's nicer than a fucking Abel? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. That right there, that's a hot wife.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
It is. Yeah, that's a hot wife. I mean, that's a wife that everybody's gonna fucking look at and say she's hot. And that's what Abel products bring out when it comes to their cosmetics. And a lot of there's Abel haters out there like you wouldn't believe. Oh fuck!
I
mean, Abel in the last 6 months, when it comes to retail pricing, in my opinion, and this is respectful because I'm a proud Abel dealer, they drank all the fucking price Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I mean, you want an SDF, which is a model style, and you want that fucker with a custom artist trout print or whatever, can cost you fucking $2,000.
Yeah, they're selling them as more collection.
Gonna fucking cost you two G's now. What's that?
They're more geared towards it's also a collection item. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that there's probably a decent percentage of these Abels that I sell that don't get fucking fished. I know that. They don't fish them.
Yeah, it's hard to fish it,
Well, I mean, I don't know.
$2,000 reel, I guess.
That's kind of where Abel has gotten in terms of really, again, you can still buy a $500, $600, $700 Abel that's solid black.
Yeah,
you can do that. It's not like they're pinning you down into this. But, Abel is just, it's an exemplary brand that has been fucking back hard for several years, longer than that. They have, I talked about them kind of getting caught with their feet in the sand with, maybe being a little bit out of date with the trend of making lighter reels. Abel has also kind of got, this is again when I opened up 15 plus years ago, Abel also got into that, that old fat white guy thing. I didn't mean white guy. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. I apologize. That slipped out. But it's kind of that old fat guy type thing, meaning that like, who else can fucking afford it?
Yeah.
But that gal that came into my shop, she could fucking afford it. And why could she afford it? Because it's that fucking beautiful.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say because she has a fat guy.
He's not fat, but he's rich. I met him. He's a nice guy, but he's not fat. But that's fine. He's a nice. They're a nice couple. I don't know. Hopefully she doesn't. Hopefully she doesn't listen to this. Of course she doesn't listen to this. But with Abel, they pivoted, and they came back, in my opinion, not because of the quality of their reels. I think the quality of their reels is, it's as fucking good as anybody. It's as good as anybody. They've got a model like this one right here, which is called an SDF, seal drag freshwater. And look at the fucking port. The porting on that, the dude that machined that, the dude that cut that out, whatever machine they've got, holy fuck, just check that shit out.
Yeah.
Chinese guy didn't do that.
Yeah, they're nice.
Chinese guy didn't do that. So Abel is definitely back. Abel is definitely impactual. The thing is that I've talked about selling $1,000 rods in my fly shop, and the number of people that walk into your fly shop and literally will drop $1,000 a K for a fishing rod is, I'd say, less than 5% of anybody that would walk into a fly shop. Right? I mean, I sell a bunch of rods, but, a dude who's really going to drop that kind of coin, not so much. The customer that's going to come in and drop $1,500 to 2 G's on a fly reel is less than that. I'd say less than 1 or 2%.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what you're dealing with in terms of selling this. So why do I do it? Why do I stock them? When you've got that few of turns, what's the value in me having all that money tied up in Abel products? I don't fucking know. They're kind of fucking addicting. They're addicting to have, and when you sell one, it's just such a fucking rush. I got this cool dude that comes in from Missoula. I don't really know him that well, but he's a nice guy. He's done some good business with me. He likes my shop. We talk a bit. And he's salty. He's got a lot of experience. But I love this guy. He comes in and he collects the fucking things. He collects them. He verbalized with me, keeps them in a fucking case on display.
And he has how much of these do you think he has?
I got, and I'll kind of get into the artist connection with Abel, but for me, he came in, I don't know, a couple months ago, and Abel, when you sell an Abel always happens when nothing's going on. You never sell an Abel when you're having just a banging good day. It seems like you sell an Abel when like nothing's going on, and it saves your fucking day.
No one's spending money.
Now there's an SDS, a seal drag saltwater reel that the great Andrea Larco has got a tarpon print that's her artwork on it, right? And he came in the last time, looked around, never needs any help, can't pressure this guy, don't you let him look, and he walks up and he says, "I'll take that SDS over there." $2,200 fucking dollars on a day I'm doing no business. That's what Abel does. $2,200. This gentleman spent $2,200 on a fly reel. So that right there will tell you the value in Abel products for fly shops. You got to have balls. You got to stock them.
Yeah. I never thought about this, but other collection items, right, that have limited stuff, when they're sold out, they go up in value. I wonder if Abel has a resale value. They have a resale value when like a certain print or style sold out?
I don't know. I mean, the secondary market, in fly fishing is nothing I fucking give a fuck about.
Yeah, it's probably non-existent anyway.
It's not that. It's just, it's never ending. It's fuck. I mean, you could put something on that Facebook marketplace and sell it in 4 seconds. It's just, it's hard to describe how vast the secondary market is. And I'm sure Abel has its place, but, the thing about Abel is, and I'll talk about this a little bit, depending on the product, you could be somewhat limited in, really your margin.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, depending on what you have, depending on how you buy it, you may not always, have I might make more money on selling other reels. And if you walked into my shop for trout in a 5/6 weight sizing, and you spent $450, that you just bought yourself a lifetime nice fucking reel.
Yeah.
So you look at now spending $2,000 on a fucking reel or $1,500 on a reel. What are you going to get out of that? I mean, are you going to get a better retrieve? I mean, let's assume the dude or dudette that buys it is going to actually fish with the fucker.
You're going to get eyes on it.
I don't know. I mean, you can just kind of take a look at these examples I'm showing you right here, and you can ask yourself, you going to fucking fish that? I mean, you look at that motherfucker right there. Look, I'll talk about these Major League Baseball ones that I just got in, but look at these fucking things. I mean, are you going to go out and fish with that?
I don't know. I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either. I'd put that shit on a case, next to my grandma's fucking ashes or something.
Yeah, they got to be the only reel that does licensing stuff too, right? Like the MLB license.
Maybe, but and again, we're kind of wrapping episode 1 up here, so I'll talk about the marketing, the licensing, as well as the artist connection with Abel on episode 2, vendor spotlight. Abel Reels out.